Don't be dramatic. Everyone cheats a little. She laughed after I found the texts. I said, understood, and packed my things while she was out cheating a little. She came home to empty rooms. And a note. Everyone leaves a little too. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. Throwaway account because she definitely knows my main, and I don't need that drama spilling onto my regular profile. This happened about 6 months ago, but I'm only now able to put it all into words. People keep telling me I was cold or that I didn't fight for the relationship, and I need to get this off my chest because those people can honestly screw right off. My ex-fiancée, let's call her Emma, and I had been together for 3 years and engaged for 6 months. We had a spring wedding planned, the venue booked, invitations designed, the whole package. I genuinely thought we were happy. There weren't any major fights or obvious issues. Sure, she'd been busier with work lately, but we were also deep into wedding planning, so I figured everyone was stressed. Then Wednesday morning changed everything. I was working from home that day. Emma had already left for work around 8 a.m. I made myself a coffee and sat down at the dining table with my laptop. That's when I saw it. We shared a MacBook that we both used from time to time. I opened it to check my email, and iMessage was already running. Her messages had synced from her phone. I wasn't snooping. The laptop was sitting there, and a notification popped up right in front of me. Jason, last night was incredible. Can't stop thinking about you. My stomach completely dropped. I stared at the message for what felt like a full minute. My mind was desperately trying to explain it away. Maybe it was a friend. Maybe there was some context I was missing. Then another message appeared. Jason, same time Friday. I'll make it worth your while, winking face. Yeah. There was no explaining that away. I opened the conversation. I don't know why. Maybe I needed confirmation of what I already knew. The messages stretched back for weeks. Weeks. Explicit photos. Thankfully, none visible in the preview. Plans to meet up. Complaints about me. He's so boring in bed. I don't know if I can do this forever. The wedding feels like a trap. You make me feel alive. I sat there reading message after message, watching my fiancée dismantle our entire relationship alongside her gym buddy. Because of course it was the gym. She joined a new one 3 months earlier, saying she wanted to get in shape for the dress. I thought it was sweet. I'm not a violent person, but in that moment I wanted to punch straight through the laptop screen. Instead, I started taking screenshots. Every message, every photo she'd sent him, not the explicit ones, because I'm not that guy, but the flirty ones, the plans, all of it. Eve. RY piece of evidence showing that my fiancé of 6 months had been sleeping with someone else. I created a private folder, emailed everything to myself, and saved it in 3 separate places. I don't know why I was being so methodical. Maybe some part of me knew I'd need proof later. Maybe I just needed something to do with my hands so I wouldn't completely lose it. Then I checked our phone records online. We were on a family plan, so everything was visible. There were countless calls to a number I didn't recognize. Late nights. Weekends. Odd hours when she claimed she was running errands. I looked up Jason on social media. It wasn't difficult. She had liked around 30 of his Instagram posts. Mostly gym selfies. The guy looked like a protein shake that had somehow become sentient. He worked as a trainer at her gym. Of course he did. Suddenly everything made sense. The new gym membership, the work dinners that always ran late, her phone constantly face down on the couch. Enter. The way she pulled away whenever I tried to initiate sex, claiming she was tired. She wasn't tired. She was getting it somewhere else. I couldn't work. I sat there for 4 hours just trying to process everything. I even called in sick to my own job. My boss was understanding and said I sounded awful. I felt awful. Like someone had reached into my chest and rearranged my organs. Around 5:30 p.m., I heard her key turn in the lock. She walked in cheerful, talking about her day. Hey babe, how is working from home? Get much done? I was sitting on the couch, staring at her. What's wrong? She asked. There was an edge in her voice. Like she knew. Like she already knew. Who's Jason? Her face immediately went white, then red. Then this strange, calculated expression settled over her features like a mask. Did you go through my phone? The laptop synced your messages. Who is he? She dropped her bag. You were spying on me? Answer the damn question. Tia and Emma. He's just a friend from the gym. I pulled out my phone and read one of her messages aloud. The one about me being boring in bed. Her face crumpled for a moment before hardening again. Okay, fine, she said. We flirted a little. You flirted a little? Emma, you've been sleeping with him for weeks. It didn't mean anything. I stared at her. You're sleeping with someone else, and it doesn't mean anything? She actually looked annoyed. It's just physical. It's not like I love him. I love you. That's why I'm marrying you. My hands were shaking. You've been planning our wedding while sleeping with your personal trainer, and you think that's normal? Maybe if you paid more attention to me, I wouldn't have had to look elsewhere. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Are you seriously blaming me right now? I'm just saying, when's the last time you initiated? When's the last time you made me feel desired? I stared at her. I tried last week, and the week before that. You said you were tired both times. Because you're predictable. It's always the same routine. Jason makes me feel I don't give a damn what Jason makes you feel. We went back and forth like that for 20 minutes. She cycled through excuse after excuse. First, it was somehow my fault. Then it wasn't a big deal. Then it was just physical. Then it was cold feet about the wedding. Then it was her wanting to explore before settling down. Finally, I said, "You've been sleeping with someone else for months while planning our wedding. How is that okay?" And she laughed. Actually laughed. Don't be so dramatic. Everyone cheats a little. The apartment went completely silent. Even the sounds from the street outside seemed to disappear. What did you just say? Oh, come on. Grow up. This is the real world. You think everyone at our wedding has been completely faithful for their entire relationship? Please. Monogamy is a social construct. I just stared at her. This woman I had loved for 3 years. The woman I proposed to on a beach at sunset. The woman I had spent the last 6 months planning a future with. She was standing in our living room telling me that everyone cheats. This is normal, she continued. People get cold feet before major commitments. They explore a little. It doesn't mean anything. Most guys would lose their minds, but you're smarter than that. You understand. Something inside me simply shut off, like a circuit breaker flipping. All the anger, all the hurt, all the desperation to make her take it back. Gone. Replaced by absolute clarity. Understood, I said quietly. What? I understand now. Thank you for being honest. She looked relieved. Actually relieved. Like I had agreed to an open relationship instead of discovering her affair. See? This is why I love you. You're so reasonable. We can work through this. Maybe we can even do couples therapy or something. Or, I don't know. Oh, maybe we open things up and explore together. I nodded slowly. Yeah, maybe. She actually smiled. Hug me. I stood there motionless, arms hanging at my sides. I have dinner with the girls tonight, she said, glancing at her phone. I had already seen the messages. She was meeting Jason. But we can talk more when I get back. Really work through this. Go have fun. You're amazing. You know that? She kissed me on the cheek and grabbed her purse. Don't wait up. We might go out after dinner. The door closed behind her. I sat there for exactly 5 minutes, staring at the spot where she had been standing. Then I got up and went to work. First, finances. We had a joint checking account. I logged into the bank website and transferred my half $4,200 into my personal account. Our joint savings account, the wedding fund, contained $12,000. I transferred half of that as well and documented everything with screenshots. Second, the lease. I pulled up our NTAL agreement. Both of our names were on it. 6 months remained. There was an early termination clause with a 2-month penalty. Fine. I would pay my share and she could figure out the rest. Third, wedding vendors. It was 9 p.m., too late to call anyone. Instead, I drafted emails. The venue, the photographer, the caterer, the DJ, the florist. Every one of them, professional and brief. Due to unforeseen circumstances, we need to cancel our wedding booking. Please send information regarding cancellation policies and any applicable fees. Fourth, inventory. I walked through the apartment with my phone, making a list. What belonged to me? What belonged to her? What had we purchased together? Most of the furniture was hers or came from her family. The TV was mine. The PlayStation was mine. The expensive coffee maker was mine. Most of the kitchen equipment belonged to her. But I would take whatever I had contributed. With help, I could be out in a single trip. At 10 p.m., I texted my brother Mike. You free tomorrow afternoon? Need your truck. I'm moving out. He called immediately. Dude, what happened? Emma's been cheating. Found out today. I'm leaving tomorrow while she's at work. Silence. Then, holy hell. Yo, you okay? I can get off work by 2, whatever you need. Emma came home around 11:30. I was already in bed pretending to be asleep. She slid in beside me and whispered, You awake? I didn't respond. She was asleep within minutes. I lay there until 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling and planning. Thursday morning, she woke up cheerful. Actually cheerful. About last night, she said while putting on makeup. Thank you for being so mature about everything. I know it was a lot to process. I grunted something non-committal. So we're good? We're going to work on this? I nodded. We're good. She smiled at her reflection in the mirror. I knew you'd understand. You're not like other guys. You're evolved. She kissed me goodbye. Love you. I didn't say it back. She didn't notice. The door closed. I heard her car start. I watched from the window as she drove away. Then I started packing. Clothes into garbage bags, toiletries from the bathroom, books from the shelves, my desk setup, monitor, keyboard, everything, work laptop, personal laptop, the framed photo of my parents, mine, the coffee maker, mine, the pots and pans I had purchased, my grandmother's quilt from the bedroom. At 9 a.m., I called my boss. I need a personal day. Family emergency. No problem. Everything okay? It will be. I spent the morning packing methodically. Every drawer, every closet, every shelf. I wasn't leaving anything behind. Around noon, I started returning calls from wedding vendors. Most were understanding. We would lose deposits about $3,000 total, but everything could be canceled. I didn't care about the money. Tea was the best $3,000 I'd ever spent. At 1 p.m., I stopped to write the note. The first draft was too angry. The second explained too much. The third was too sad. The fourth was perfect. Everyone leaves a little too. I printed it on plain printer paper. Underneath it, I printed screenshots from her messages. Not all of them, just enough. The last night was incredible text. The one where she told Jason I was boring. The message where she said the wedding felt like a trap. I wanted her to know that I knew everything. I took her engagement ring from the jewelry box and placed it on the kitchen counter. The note went on top, the screenshots underneath. The arrangement was perfect. Cold, clean, final. Mike showed up at 2 p.m. with his truck and his friend Dave. This is really happening? Mike asked. Yep. She really said everyone cheats? Word for word. Forget her. Let's load up. 3 guys. 1 truck. 2 hours. We loaded the TV. He PlayStation, my desk, boxes of clothes, kitchen supplies, bathroom items, everything that belonged to me. The apartment didn't look empty when we finished. Most of her furniture was still there. But it looked stripped down, like something essential had been removed. At 4:30, I did one final walkthrough. I checked every drawer, every closet, made sure nothing had been left behind. Then I placed my key on the counter beside the note and locked the door behind me. My phone buzzed at 5:47 p.m. Emma. Heading home soon? Want me to pick up dinner? I didn't respond. 6:02 p.m. Are you home? Car's not here. 6:15 p.m. Did you go somewhere? 6:16 p.m. Why is the apartment what the hell? 6:17 p.m. Where are you? 6:18 p.m. This isn't funny. Then 3 missed calls in a row. At 6:21 p.m., I got a voicemail notification. I didn't listen to it. By then, we were sitting in a sports bar. Mike had already bought the first round. My phone sat face down on the table, buzzing every 30 seconds. You going to answer? Mike asked. Nope. Cold man, respect. The texts kept coming. I read them. I never replied. 6:30 p.m. You went through my messages and this is how you react? You're such a child. We could have talked about this. 7 p.m. I don't understand. Where did you even go? Did you get a hotel? 7:30 p.m. Everyone leaves a little too. Really? You think you're so clever? This is ridiculous. 8 p.m. You printed these out? This is psychotic. You're acting insane. 8:30 p.m. Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said those things to Jason. Can we please just talk? Don't throw away 3 years over this. 9 p.m. I'll end it with him. I'll do whatever you want. Please just come home. We can fix this. 10 p.m. I love you. You're the one I want to marry. Jason means nothing. I made a terrible mistake. 11 p.m. Fine, fine. Be like this. You're throwing away something good over nothing. I hope you're happy. At 11:30, I finally sent a response. I am. Then I blocked her number. She called Mike. He declined the call and blocked her too. Then she called my parents. That was a mistake. I had already told them everything on Wednesday night. My mom answered. Don't ever call this number again. Then she hung up. My dad sent me a text. Proud of you, son. She started messaging mutual friends. Most of them ignored her. One friend, Chris, texted me privately. Dude, what happened? Emma says you left over a misunderstanding. I sent him 3 screenshots. Holy hell. Yeah, man. You good? Yeah. Want me to tell people what actually happened? Only if they ask. Word spread quickly. Friday afternoon, she showed up at my office. Security called upstairs. There's an Emma here to see you. Tell her I'm in a meeting. She says it's an emergency. It's not. Please ask her to leave. She immediately texted me from another number. Really? Security? I blocked. That number too. Saturday, she got yet another new number. It's me. Please just talk to me. 5 minutes. That's all I'm asking. We were going to get married. Doesn't that mean anything? I replied. It did. Then you slept with Jason. Blocked. The following Saturday, about a week and a half after I left, she found me at the gym. I had switched locations specifically to avoid something like that. She must have asked around. I was on the treadmill when I saw her. Stop the machine, we need to talk, she said. No, we don't. I deserve an explanation. I actually laughed. You deserve one? People nearby had started looking. I lowered my voice. You cheated for months, you gaslit me about it, you told me everyone cheats, and that I was being dramatic. I took you at your word. That's the explanation. I didn't mean it like that. That's exactly how you meant it. You meant it doesn't matter, so my leaving doesn't matter either. That's not fair. We're done here. I stepped off the treadmill and headed toward the locker room. She followed me. What about the wedding? The deposits? What about them? We're going to lose thousands of dollars. I canceled everything, took the loss, worth every penny. You can't just I did. It's done. Over. What am I supposed to tell people? I stopped and turned to look at her. Really? I looked her straight in the eye. Tell them everyone leaves a little. I walked away. She was standing in the middle of the gym, crying. I felt nothing. Edit. This got a lot more attention than I expected. People keep asking what happened afterward, so here's the update. 1 month later, I found my own apartment. A small 1-bedroom with a 2-month lease, because I wasn't ready to commit to anything long-term yet. Work has been good. Actually, better than good. I got recognized for a project I'd been half-assing during all the stress of wedding planning. I also started therapy. Turns on. But having your fiancé cheat on you and then tell you you're being dramatic about it can really mess with your head. Who knew? Emma texted me from 3 more numbers. I blocked every one of them. As for the Jason situation, apparently he told her he doesn't do drama and then ghosted her after I left. The guy she cheated with couldn't handle the consequences of being the affair partner. Shocking. 6 weeks later would have been our wedding date. I took myself out for a great steak dinner and an expensive whiskey. No regrets. Emma posted some vague quote on social media about betrayal and moving on. Comments were disabled. A mutual friend told me she'd been telling people I abandoned her and got cold feet. I don't care enough to correct the story. The people who matter already know the truth. 2 months later, I started seeing someone casually. I met her through friends. Nothing serious. It was just nice to remember what it feels like when someone genuinely wants to speak. Second time with you. She listens when I talk. She doesn't have a secret gym boyfriend. The bar is low, but here we are. Trust issues? Absolutely. I'm working on them. The first time this new girl suggested grabbing dinner, I asked, "Just us, right? No Jason?" She laughed. Then she realized I was serious. I explained. She simply said, "I'm sorry that happened to you." That was it. No excuses for Emma. No, maybe she had a reason. Just empathy. A novel concept. 3 months later, Emma sent me a long email. I had blocked her everywhere else. Subject. I made a terrible mistake. The summary was simple. Jason wasn't who she thought he was. He ghosted her. Now she realized what she had lost. I was the one. She wanted another chance. We had been so good together. Everyone makes mistakes. Don't throw away our history, my response. Everyone cheats a little. Remember? Maybe he's just exploring. Don't be so dramatic. Then I blocked her email too. 4 months later. A mutual friend told me Emma got engaged. Engaged to a guy she met on an app. She'd known him for 6 weeks. Apparently, she was moving fast to prove something. I don't know. Not my circus. Not my monkeys. Final update. 6 months later. I'm good. Actually good. Not the kind of good where you say you're fine while crying into your beer. Genuinely good. The trust issues are still there, but they're getting better. The casual relationship ended. Mutual decision. We wanted different things. But I've been dating here and there. Taking things slowly. Figuring out what I actually want instead of accepting whatever someone is willing to give me. Last month, I moved into a better apartment. Signed a 1-year lease. It felt like a big step. Committing to something again, even if it's only a place to live. I'm still in therapy. Still learning. One thing I've figured out. Her cheating was never about me being inadequate. Everyone cheats a little is not, in fact, no. RML. I deserve someone who doesn't make me feel crazy for expecting monogamy. Leaving was the right decision. With some of the money saved from canceling the wedding, I bought a used motorcycle. Emma always said motorcycles were too dangerous. Now I'm living my best life, one terrible decision at a time. Someone asked if I have any regrets. Just one. I regret not leaving the first time my instincts told me something was wrong. I regret the months I spent convincing myself I was paranoid when I was actually paying attention. I regret not trusting myself. But leaving when I did, using her own words as my final exit line, refusing to let her rewrite history or gaslight me into believing I overreacted. Zero regrets. She told me everyone cheats a little. I showed her that everyone leaves a little too. Turns out we were both right. Edit 3. Since people keep asking, would I take her back if she truly changed? Number. She didn't need change. She needed consequences. And I got them. I'm not her redemption arc. I'm not her safety net. I'm not the guy who teaches her that actions have meaning by forgiving the unforgivable. I'm simply the guy who believed her when she told me cheating was no big deal, and then treated our relationship the same way. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share your thoughts in the comments.